a reflection of Maestro Raphael Tassoni, a practitioner of conscious movement. Taiji. An article regarding cancer will be released in our next video.
I love walking in the mountains. Often, my walks are special because I get ideas that are sometimes bizarre. In this particular moment, I see man as the most harmful animal to Mother Earth, then to nature, and then to himself. I wondered who might be the most responsible, the researchers, the so-called scientists. I answer, the areas are different: scientific, medical, artificial, intelligence, space, and many other areas.
I was born in a poor town in Calabria in 1954. In my house, a room for the wood oven where every family would make their weekly bread. And a room where everything was done, including sleeping in 7 people along with the 2 grandparents. There was no water in the house, nor electricity, not even a bathroom. 3 children alive. We had exceeded the proportion that at the time of my grandparents was out of 8 children, 4 alive and 4 dead, one of whom died at war. In those days, death was accepted in the same way a wild animal accepts it. When it abandons the little one it sees weak and sick, when it does not choose to eat it. We call it natural selection. The one that naturally and without prejudice allows us to resist only some rather than all. In those days there was probably a balance between the number of inhabitants on the planet and the space that everyone used to best express their energy. I know that this reasoning is ignorant, that which I am, but if you have patience to follow me I will explain my reflection.
The discovery of new drugs, vaccines, has certainly saved many human lives, but it has raised the population on the planet to become unbalanced. The relationship that mankind has created in order to express their energy is exaggerated. In comparison to 60 years ago, today, each individual on planet Earth has exaggerated their needs by 50%. So as we move into this second world, Mother, nature will not be able to sustain this system at this current pace. In addition, the vaccines and the medications have generated many other diseases that took the time and energy of other scientists to invent other medicines to heal people. The outcome has generated other diseases to weaken the human being. Where is the usefulness? Natural selection will continue to keep this system in balance, without anyone doing anything, indeed strengthening itself. We have understand that an overpopulation becomes harmful, especially if it is weaker, and as we move forward, it's becoming weaker, with increasingly artificial systems to be able to feed it at the expense of nature, earth, humanity, without getting into the percentages of those who eat and those who gasp.
Never as in this period has this aspect become evident. The weak human is afraid. This is the real problem, because those who have to manage the emergency are moved by fear. And those who have to comply to the emergency are even more afraid of what the pandemic will do to. Death is the most natural thing that exists. Somehow mankind believes that with power and science we can become immortal. They are sadly mistaken. The same unnatural discoveries will devour even those who invented them. I think that no one can overcome nature. We are a small link in the chain. Not even our vocal cords with which we express ourselves with belongs to us. In a second we can lose it.
We have lost our senses. We have forgotten that we are the temporary guests on this planet who have been alternating for 200 million years. Science works to build machines that replaces humans. Somehow, it is succeeding. If we think of the robots of 40 years ago, do you remember them? They moved in jerks and not very harmonious. Today, we are enchanted to see how harmoniously the welding machines move in the assembly lines of the cars. Unfortunately, we have the opposite effect when we look at a human. It seems they have made an exchange with welders, all for the benefit of the medical industry that must find chemical solutions to the many problems and hundreds of diseases that arise daily. We believe we are the masters. In fact, we buy the land, the houses, the beaches, the islands, the towns, the cities, and soon also the nations, and then this is called the evolution of mankind. But heaven saves us from this kind of evolution. Evolution is still a natural thing that our body does without us doing anything. Our cells have an innate ability to function on their own. It's our personal experiences that drives them in a certain direction and allows them to improve. It is still part of the concept of natural selection because it improves and strengthens our body and mind.
We have demonstrations every day before our eyes, but now we are no longer able to see. In the forest, you know that every animal is both prey and predator. The lion chases the pack of zebras. We have all seen this scene at least once on TV. The commentator says that the lion chooses a zebra of the group that runs less or is not in perfect shape. I do not know with what intuition. The truth is the zebra chooses to get out of the group and act as a prey, because I think that the zebra is convinced to make it, and who knows how many times it actually does make it. The truth is, even if he dies, he gave a good lesson to the pack: run to save yourself. The lion hunts to feed its young and thus defend its species, but the zebra is eaten. The zebra runs to save itself, but in any case has already saved many of its fellows even if it is eaten. There is balance, both work for life. Therefore both fight to survive, and these are the natural effects caused by nature. Only we humans do not stick to this rule. We have to fight everything that harms us. We do not want to be prey to anyone, and we kill only to put in the fridge the things we then will eat. We want to occupy places of privilege. And it seems that we care about the human species, but we manage to create massacres in every place we can, without so much as a single worry of the permanent damage created on our very planet.
So if humans are guests, we have lost the meaning of this word. When I host a friend at home, I expect him to behave as such. I find it unpleasant if he behaves like someone who lives in the house, or simply does not observe the rules of coexistence and friendship in order to profit from it. When we say that the earth is our mother, what do we think of? Obviously, our mom, a person who deserves respect at any cost. The earth is even more important than our mother because she is the mother of all. The farmers think they are the custodians of this land, but alas, they poisoned it with chemistry and cultivation systems. Mother Earth cannot maintain the needs that we have created for ourselves to live by. Those who say they are sensitive to nature say it only with words, blah blah blah, because they live in a normal house, take a shower once or twice a day, dress in clothes that the market offers, have a car, have a computer, one or more televisions, a mobile phone, sometimes a job that pollutes, take vacations, go to the cinema, theater, bars, restaurants, play sports, attend gyms, travel roads, highways, viaducts, tunnels, cities. For all this, we have never had the approval of the landlord. The earth, we take everything for granted. Now we no longer ask ourselves anything. Indeed, we abuse everything without a minimum of respect. The laws that regulate daily life do not take into account that we are at the home of others. The planet is like a mended trouser. All these of added pieces no longer has a single corner of the original fabric.
I have chosen for 30 years now to take care of myself by considering and experiencing that the body is the most important complex thing that belongs to a divine plan of nature. Each of us as God equals everything in the universe. After so many attempts in various areas to try and fix the outside of me, I realized that if I do not adjust the inside, I cannot fix anything. Mankind cannot live alone and needs relationships. Balanced relationships. The first relationship is with the earth. Instead of pounding on it with every step, I use a special method that allows me to be together with it. Then I turn to heaven, because without this connection I understand that I consume my genetic battery, therefore causing me long-term damage. Then I begin to feel the air around me that somehow supports me, and I try not to collide. I slide into the voids like a dry leaf falling, so as not to clash with it. As I adjust inside myself, I realize that slowly I begin to feel the outside with balance, and somehow it also changes around me.
I have had many misfortunes in life, but I have understood how important experiences have turned my life around in a way to be able to appreciate the fruit that I collect daily today, with my loved ones and with friends who share the same curiosity, the same passion, and the intent to begin to take care of oneself, to be ready for the new goals that life offers us. We study, we experiment, we are the sum of experiences we have in the course of our lives and in our movements, keeping them connected. This society that we have created divides and fragments these experiences that serve us. They are connected just like a beaded necklace, like the string that holds the beads together to get it form. That fateful moment that everyone comes to us alone in the same way he is born, a unique and important moment where we must collect all these fragments of experiences to recompose the necklace that will make us make the leap into a new dimension. Mind, body, and spirits come together to become one. Experiences sometimes serve to reinforce a thread too thin and easily perishable that our society with the continuous separations makes everything sterile and difficult to compose.
We appreciate your like, subscribe, and share.